Hello, welcome to this week's live attorney chat. My name is Attorney Desiree Gustafson with Immigration for Couples. If you are new to our firm or our Facebook page, we regularly do these live weekly chats to address issues that have come up in the USCIS or immigration world, or common themes that we are hearing during consultations. So if you think that this might be helpful to someone you know, conversations you've had with family and friends, feel free to like and share our page or this broadcast, and hopefully they can get some assistance as well. If you are joining us live, and I know I'm coming on here just a bit early today, feel free to put any questions or comments in the comment feature. I will try to address those if I can get to them here or see them while I am talking about today's subject. Also, if you are listening to this on replay, comment #replay. You can also put questions in there after the fact. We do review them. If it's something that we can respond to appropriately in a brief comment, we will. Otherwise, we'll come back on and do another live video based on whatever that question might have been, if it's something more in depth or something that somebody else might also be experiencing. So today I would like to talk about the backlog with USCIS. Recently, USCIS issued its progress report for 2022. And of course, they have discussed the issue of backlogs. Obviously, there are many factors that went into why we have such a backlog and the timeframes that we see with USCIS currently. They have to do with COVID, global conditions such as Ukraine and even Afghanistan, still dealing with all of those things. And if you may remember, there was a hiring freeze in almost a year, May of 2020 to March of 2021, that USCIS was not able to replace people that they lost, and they lost a considerable amount per this report in 2019 and 2020. They were also forced, of course, to close in person due to COVID during that time frame, such as created a backlog. One of the things that they mentioned in this report is that they were able to stop the growth of that backlog. So they feel they are making significant progress. And we are seeing progress in a lot of different areas. So let's talk about the wins first. Of course, they talk about really focusing on naturalization over this past year. They had 1 million people naturalized in 2022. This was up 62%. That's a drastic increase. They also had made a lot of improvements to employment-based visas. They issued all that were given out, or each visa. Most visas have a cap or of a number of visas that can be issued. They issued all of those for the employment-based visas. They definitely had made efforts in those work visas that are dealing with STEM, people who have come here on a work visa, getting EADs automatically for their spouses, just automatic extensions. We've seen a lot of those. Those have been very helpful if and when they do come through for visas that are taking such a long time to process, and then we can't get their approval soon enough in that issued employment authorization, or EAD. It basically expires before they are able to get that petition then approved. So they've done a lot of that. They've reformed the EB process, the EB visa process. They've expedited some healthcare workers, childcare types of applications. And of course, they've increased some premium processing. So a lot on the employment related front. And they tout throughout all of these wins the support from Congress, because of course their budget is authorized by Congress. And so they need their support in order to have the funds to be able to increase staffing and all of those things, to be appropriated enough monies to do their job. Where we still see them have work to do is going to be on that humanitarian front. asylums, refugees, humanitarian parole. We saw a lot of filings, like 45,000 filings, somewhere around there for Afghanistan. Most of those were not even processed, and many of those that were processed were denied. So there's lots of work to be done on that humanitarian front. They did increase TPS. They added Ethiopia and some other renewals and reauthorizations. So that was good. Obviously, family-based, which is, a majority of our clientele, still have some work to do on the backlogs there. And actually we're seeing a lot of people that did petition during that time that are still kind of stalled out because they came in that time period where everything was kind of going on a shelf. And they're now in the consular phase and really just kind of stuck. So we're working with clients to try to get those unstuck, get them to consulates that will process and get them an interview and get their spouse or their family member here. EID renewals, obviously we still have some work on to do on those. And they have for 2023, they've definitely put in that progress report some goals or things they want to work on. They want to simplify that work authorization process, adjustment of status, and naturalizations. All of those will impact our work if they are able to do that. Of course, they're going to continue to focus on hiring. So all of those things should make these fluid processing times and wait times and backlog push through the process. It's definitely important for our clients. If you are watching here, share this widely. It's important for you to contact your congressional representative, whether that's your senator, your House representative, and let them know how the wait lines and the backlogs are impacting your life and your ability to be with your spouse. Most of the time, people don't pick up the phone to call those agencies. They don't think to submit a request online. Most of these representatives have easy ways to contact them. And the more frequently they hear something, the more overarching need they're going to feel is out there for their constituents, and then a pressure then to act in Congress. So just wanted to make sure everybody was aware that all of those things are appropriated by Congress, and just to make sure that you're contacting your representatives and letting them know, even if it's not on your case specifically, like the time frame just isn't right for you to start initiating an actual inquiry with them, just letting them know how all of that backlog is impacting you as a U.S. citizen. So maybe we can make some headway that way. I hope this has been helpful. Obviously, you can find a lot more resources on immigrationforcouples.com. If you click on our resources tab, we have tons of videos out there to try to help you guys navigate or understand the immigration process. Again, my name is Attorney Desiree Coker Gustafson, and I will see you next week. Have a great day.